beautiful clear water, really nice fish.
That have names.
Of course they have names.
Okay.
We had to demo a concrete pond out of this hole.
Concrete that's gonna crack and the concrete that is cracked.
I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. That's cool, a little shade. And we are in sunny, hot, 107-degree Arizona, checking out beautiful Aquascape water features from the Pond Gnome. Let's check it out. Pond Guy Greg.
Hi, I'm Cy.
Hi, Cy. Very nice to meet you.
And this
Hi,
is
I'm Sally.
Nice
Sally.
to meet you.
And this young man built you this oasis over here.
Yeah, we built an oasis over here.
It's not a big pond,
No, it certainly isn't.
but look at the, it's got to bring you a lot of joy.
Oh, it does.
Do you think that I'm lying when I say this is a beautiful oasis?
I've seen the ponds you built. I mean, this is.
Okay, but here's what I want you to know. You don't have to have a giant pond to enjoy it.
You don't.
And when I walked up here, my first thought to me was, look at this whole setting, okay? And here's a little oasis in the desert
It is.
with beautiful clear water, really nice fish.
That have names.
Of course they have names, okay? What else do you need? This is living the Aquascape lifestyle.
This is the only other
is
thing
a
you need right now.
pipeline of wine.
A pipeline of wine. I will do that. But so tell me the story of this, because Paul was maintaining a concrete pond that was here, or what?
Initially, we had a concrete pond. A landscaper had built it for us.
Yes.
And after it was done in 2012, and after several years, we had a leak.
Okay.
So then we called in another person because we had fired that landscaper.
Sure.
And they came and looked at it and tore it down.
Oh.
Took out all the sand that was in the concrete pond. And their philosophy was to have plants in pots in the pond with your fish. And they rebuilt the waterfalls. And it was probably about 6 feet. And
Was it still concrete?
yes.
And as Paul would say, Paul, there's two types of concrete.
Yeah, concrete that's gonna crack and the concrete that is cracked.
Right. So you got Paul to come in, take out, and put a liner in.
Yes.
And how long has it been in this iteration?
3 years.
Yeah.
And how would you compare and contrast the old pond versus the Aquascape ecosystem?
The old pond was a muck hole.
Okay.
It was green.
It was green. It was full of algae. My favorite koi died in it.
Aw.
And my statement to Paul was, if you can build a new pond for less than a Mercedes, you can do it. Otherwise, I want it filled with sand.
And we built it for less than a Mercedes.
Depends on which model you're talking about, but sure.
So we put in the Aquascape skimmer system, and there's a 3,000 gallon per hour pump that's driving the 2500 Signature Series biofalls. And this pond is home to pretty good assortment of pond fish right there. And they've got 5 koi. I see 5 koi and a few goldfish that are part of that mix in what is a 10 by 15 pond package that we install for somewhere, depending on, we had to demo a concrete pond out of this hole. So I think they spent somewhere a little north of $25,000 to get this built. Quick little bit of education on plant life. We did not put this plant in this pond, and I'm glad we're visiting today because I need to talk to my clients here about this particular plant. The new growth that this plant puts up comes up like a sharpened number 2 pencil, and it will go right through the liner. So this is not a plant we recommend for our ponds here in the desert. It's a great plant for concrete ponds, not a good plant for liner ponds. I'm going to recommend that they replace this plant with more of the bog lily or some water iris or something of that nature.
I'm calling this one Oasis in the Desert, and they'd seen my stuff before, and they said, oh, it's just a small little water feature. This is how we all start. And the reality is this makes a big impact in not a huge amount of space. There's nothing that you could put in the property that would make more of an impact than a decorative water feature. And my frustration is that so many times people use concrete out here in the desert, concrete anywhere, and they build a high maintenance water feature that isn't low maintenance in the ecosystem. So the fact that the Pond Gnome was able to turn an eyesore into an asset, this is what my channel is all about. I want you to get your first pond done correctly the first time. It's always less expensive to do something right the first time. If you're interested in doing something right the first time and living the Aquascape lifestyle, check out a link below to find a certified Aquascape contractor by you. I love my job.